Today is Memorial Day Eve and this is my garden tour. Just had to do one because everything looks so good. I am excited to see these. There's so many. It's gonna be so many blooms. This is the Endless Summer Crush hydrangea and it is loaded and ready to go. Over here, still don't know if my white swan is alive. This is what it's supposed to look like. I moved it when it was alive, but I don't think it got enough sun. Snapdragons that came back from last year look like it's gonna be a white. My Speedwell, my Veronica is coming. Got some lemon balm. This clematis still looks strange, but it's growing, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to have that tinge in the color of the leaves. And my Bobo, I think that's what it is. Yep, Bobo is getting swallowed up by the lemon balms. And my poppy is open. And there's another one to come. Side of the house. My David Austin Rose, Eustacia Vi, is beautiful. So this was the first one to open up. See the lighter color compared to this slightly darker color. And this is it before it opens up. The irises are almost done. More Veronica. These daylilies are starting to look crazy like they did last year. Ooh, that's so pretty. So pretty. So when these are done blooming, I usually just like cut them back. Like I cut these back a little bit or just literally broke them so that the okra could get some more sunlight. This is the hibiscus. Look how big it's gotten since the last time I did this tour. And once again, the bunnies have eaten the chamomile. They have eaten the peas. They have eaten my pansy and they've eaten the other chamomile. But on a good note, the clematis is looking gorgeous. Over here, we have the primrose. They are finally opening. I love the coloring on it. And even this is all budded up and ready to go. This is another hydrangea I bought on clearance. I believe it's blue. I think last time I said pink, but it's definitely blue. And there go the columbine, still enjoying the shade. And my peonies are open. Absolutely gorgeous. And the irises. Let me go around. The irises are looking fantastic. And look at those peonies. My sedum is looking way better than it did last year. That much I can say. And here goes some more chamomile, which the bunnies didn't get yet, but they did get something on the other side. And look at the delphinium. Oh, last year the white broke off due to basketball. The basketball must have got it. And so this would be the first year I've actually seen it bloom. And here's the purple one looking like it's about to open. This one is the light blue one. Oh, I can't wait. I love that flower. The alliums are all done. And I thought this white one was dead, but I need to move it. It needs more sun because this rose bush has just taken over the entire front of the garden bed. Here's my diamond rouge, I think it is. And it's coming to the party. Oh, these look like they're gonna be okay. I hope they look like their head is nodding. I'm not sure if that's normal. Over here on the front, before I get back to that location, I finally cleaned up my front walkway. And there go, now you can really see the drift of Veronica. I had to clean it up because it's prom and I had to get my front yard ready for photos. So prom was a success. Love it, love it, love it. Here go some of the first blooms from this rose, and these come in various colors depending on the age of the rose. And this rose is swallowing up a whole bunch of plants under here. I bought a few different things to hold it up on the back, but I need one for the side. I don't know if you could see that green thing right there. I have two on the back end so that this doesn't smother out my other plants. You're not a good bug. You don't belong in my garden. These are gonna bloom a very tiny yellow flower. And it's weird because some of the leaves are coming out plain green, but most of the leaves are supposed to be variegated like that. That's very weird. This is a salvia in here being smothered by the rose bush. This is what it should look like, but it's being smothered by the rose bush. And that one is not as big because the rose bush is taking away all the sunshine. Got some canna lilies, some irises, I guess you could say coral color here. And ooh, look at these knockout roses. Oh my, what a shot. Wow. And here, I believe these are the new ones. So this is called Diabolic. I don't love the name, but I love them. And these are the ones from last year. Or vice versa, I can't remember, but this is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I'm loving the contrast. Look, all of these open today. My goodness. Here's I just forgot the name of this. I just forgot the name of it, but it is gorgeous. 1, 2, 3. And I moved these heucheras from the side of the house. Here's one. That would be a nice contrast to this blue, greenish, silverish foliage right here. Hopefully the bunnies don't get it. So the bunnies were eating it on the other side. Here's the other one. Notice how small. And here's the other one. Notice how small. The bunnies keep destroying them. This is so gorgeous. And so this plant here with the yellow blooms, that would be the Baptisia. Hold on. Okay, so this is the Baptisia, and in front we have the Clematis. They bloom purple, and we definitely have some buds. We're not open yet, but they're coming. That's a bud right there. And my frog is not working right now because the sun isn't shining too bright on the solar power mechanism. This is a type of allium, but for some reason, probably the bunnies, it's not growing as tall as it should. The top was eaten off earlier in the year. This yarrow, if the bunnies leave it alone, will bloom. I am loving the colors. Absolutely loving the colors. Over here on the side, here's the rest of my drift. I did put the red petunias here that I started from seed. No flowers on them yet. That was part of my setup for yesterday. The wind was crazier yesterday than it is today, so that thing was all over the place. We had to hold it up. Here goes some more iris. These are not the bearded iris. These are the Siberian. And these are the white ranunculus. I took out the yellow and the pink. I did save the corms, so I will plant them or start them next year. So this is what the petunia looks like, but I did transplant it, so they're kind of looking a little tired. So this whole thing, as scanty as it looks right now, is going to be nuts in another couple of weeks. This plant is very aggressive when given room to grow. And my Pinky Winky is putting on a lot of green. And over here, oh, I just love the color of this. Something is eating it up though. All these holes in the leaves. Oh, I see it. There's a caterpillar here. Oh, I just knocked him off. There's a caterpillar. I didn't know there was a caterpillar that eat this. Thought it was a bulletproof plant. Okay. The hostas are getting quite big. They were so small when I first put them in. Now they're really taking on their own. Oh, so last time I was trying to figure out what these was. So these are flowers. And this is a female holly then. So if there was a male holly nearby, it would get cross-pollinated and then I would have berries. But there is no male holly nearby because it's been years and I've never seen berries. Oh my. The amount of buds. Let's just say this is going to be a good hydrangea year. Every plant is looking fantastic. The amount of buds on every single plant. This is going to be a show. It's even smothering out the astilbe. Oh boy. Oh boy. So this is look like this year it's going to be purple. I did put down some fertilizer, but I didn't do like try to change the color or make it acidic versus alkaline to change the color of it. Whatever it is, I'll take it. I'm sure it's going to be gorgeous. And here's the yarrow that the bunny has been working on. If you can see, parts of it is missing. So, and this one, parts of this one is also missing. Every time I walk over here, a bunny runs from behind there somewhere. And I have to get in here because this is some kind of weed that chokes everything out, so I gotta get that. I did this morning plant 2 bachelor's buttons. Hopefully when I come out tomorrow morning, they're still here. I will be putting down some deer and rabbit repellent tomorrow morning since I'll be home. And I think this is goldenrod. The person who gave it to me told me it was goldenrod. It was literally one stem. And that was 2 years ago. And this thing is massive. Absolutely massive. This stick here looked like it's coming to life. That's a hardy hibiscus. And this is not the sunny side, so I think that's going to take a while to get going. These are the Mountain Laurel. The buds are almost ready to open. That's a kind of fern that was here when I moved here, and it I just keep it over here, and there's another one back there. So it was over against the wall, but I moved it. And this poor yarrow, and once again there's some kind of caterpillar. Why not show you the real life of gardening? Here's a caterpillar underneath the leaf. Hold on. So I plucked the leaf off so I could show you. So this caterpillar seems to like this plant because there's holes all throughout here. It's white. I've never seen this one before. And I've never seen this plant eaten up before, but maybe I wasn't paying attention. Away you go. All right. So now that this has bloomed its head off, I have to cut it way, way back. I want it as small as the Mountain Laurel that's right here. And once again, the bunnies, they didn't touch this salvia, but they definitely ate the rudbeckia, the black-eyed Susan, and that one there, ate it down to nothing. I put some rabbit repellent powder in this corner. Maybe they'll leave it alone for a little bit so that it can recover. I do have to do some weed whacking to clean this up a little bit. I did the front, of course, you know, for aesthetics for prom, but I need to do the back. And here's my little maple that needs a haircut. Definitely, I need to see the legs. So definitely need to give it a haircut. And on this side, the wild roses are in full bloom amongst the forsythias. Oh, and look, a caterpillar of some sort. I don't know what kind that is. I don't know if you're chewing up the bud. So yeah, it's not a good bug. Continuing along the line, here's some more of it, looking gorgeous. And work that still needs to be done. The hardy hibiscus is coming up amongst this grass. I need to get that off and clear out in here. It's too late for me to weed whack it because they're so grown now. I might chop them off. So I gotta clean that up. Probably work on that tomorrow. This right here is gonna get cut in half. I said that in the last video, but it hasn't had time yet. And this daylily is budded up and ready to go. The dahlias and the glads are coming up stronger. The yarrow, the bunny ate off all the blooms that were here, and some new blooms are coming. And I planted this morning, the more chamomile. This is sweet marjoram, some summer savory, and some tarragon. I've never grown any of these before, but I tried to grow a lot of medicinals this year. I know it's probably a bad idea to have them all in this pot, but I was over potting more stuff up, so it's gonna have to do what it do. The lemongrass and more chamomile and yarrow. And my okra, the sunflower that got beheaded by the bunnies. And so I had put 2 squash in here because the watermelon did not germinate. What do you know? The watermelon germinated. So we'll see what happens there. And I feel like, is this a seed? I feel like that was a seed. Off to the side, not in anything. So I just planted back the watermelon seed. Let's see what happens. My thyme. Oh, what's going on here? This was looking good a day ago. Now it's looking a little weird. Like something is too dry. This is the oregano. And look at all the buds on this thing. Last year I was complaining. Look at all the buds on this thing. It's about to show off this year. So is this coneflower. Another daylily. No buds yet though, which is that's not the norm. It's my time. I just took some of this to finish cooking my dinner. Everything is good there. I don't know what this is. I've been seeing that on some of my plants lately. It looks like a sud of some sort. And I've seen that in some of my other plants, and I don't know what that is or what that means. My cucumbers are getting tall. The beets coming along. My little pansies are still there. I think that's a ground cherry. I'm not sure. If not, I'll pull it out when it gets a little bit bigger. I love these plants, but I hate the fact that they flop open when they start blooming. Look at this. This is gorgeous. And the bees absolutely love it. It's a type of salvia, but I don't remember what the name of it was. It was on clearance. And that was before I started paying attention to names. Oh yeah, they about to start running. Their legs are getting real long. Yeah, this one has buds. That one I didn't see any. And despite the fact that I have a net on here, I'm still getting some butterfly cabbage looper damage underneath here. I mean, it's not a secure net, but you know. Here I have the same Dahlia Gladiola combination, all white. And under here, this morning I took some cabbage loopers off of this. It's not like secured down or anything, but these holes are characteristic of cabbage looper, the worm. Oh, sorry. I think part of the problem is the plants are getting tall and they're pushing the net up, so that's what we got going on. Some volunteer snapdragons, and this is going to show off this year. I look forward to it. Alliums are done. Oh, I didn't realize these stood up so high. They bloom. I didn't even know that. Oh wow, I didn't know it bloomed. It's a ground cover. Can't remember the name of it, but cool. Over here, more snapdragon. I think it's like a coral orange yellow. Yep, that's the color. These are the snapdragons. Ooh, I think something. Oh, this is what it looks like before it opens up completely. Wow. There are the blueberries. Here are the strawberries. I feel like I should have a ripe one by now. There were some pretty big ones in here, I thought, but I could be wrong. I wonder if anything got to it before me. See, that one's starting to blush. The nice thing about growing in the pots is the bunnies can't get in the pots. Look at it. I love this plant, but look at it. It just flops. Like it gets too tall. I need to like cage it or corral it somehow. More strawberries. Love it, love it, love it. And no berries on this blueberry. Right. Love it, love it, love it. Of all the planting I did today, I did not plant those two things. I forgot. And you need a haircut. Over here in the corner, well, you know it's June, and the roses come out in June. Late May, early June, and they are here. And this one smells so good. It was here when we bought the house and never bloomed until I chopped it back to nothing, and then it bloomed. Rejuvenation prune. And here is, I feel like this was here too. These were here too. I didn't buy these either. All budded up. Love it. And once again, this particular rose is very sickly. Leaves are falling off. One of these days I'm going to change them out, because look at that one. None of that's happening there. But this one, yeah. Some kind of disease, some black spot type disease that roses get. This one gets it every year and the leaves fall off. Over here, my green stalk. The callalus are now planted. Can't see it, but it's in there. It is still very small. And everything else is doing good. We did some pruning or harvesting of the kale and some of the broccoli. And the cabbage is doing a lot up here. It looked like it's trying to start to head up top here. If you're not proud of me, I'm proud of me. This is all I have left to plant or give away. That's it. That's it. Everything else is planted. I need to plant the celery somewhere And this is a flower. This is Nigella, Love in the Mist. I really want to see that one, but I'm afraid I was going to plant it today, but I thought the bunnies would eat it. These are carnations. These are leeks. These are pansies. And these are yellow squash, zucchini, I don't even know. And these are coleus that need to get planted in those black pots. Last time I said green, but they're black. Yeah. And my fig did not start putting out any new growth yet, but it's still alive. I still see green and it's still flexible. It's not rigid. And I threw some bell pepper seeds in there, and bell peppers have popped up right there. Back here in the jungle, we had something digging in my potato. The potato germinated. There's others in there which haven't shown his face yet. Forgive my mess. This is how I compost in place, and I'm trying to smother the weeds. Okay, we'll be all right. And that one of those of the 3 germinated, and I have some lettuce back there that's still alive. The asparagus, the beans, and some volunteer potatoes. So I didn't plan for this potato, but apparently I'm gonna have potato. The celery seems to like the spot. It's growing very nicely. So is this one. And apparently I had a bean germinate and something ate the top. Here's another one, and there's a few more in here. I think I planted 6. Asparagus. Something broke this one, and the other. Jerusalem peas right here. And I was composting cantaloupe in here, so I think this is a cantaloupe. This might be a cantaloupe as well. Because like I throw my kitchen scraps over there, I was throwing them in here. So I think I have cantaloupe coming up here. We're just gonna leave it and let it do what it do. My incredible hydrangea, last year I bought them for the first time. There was nothing there, so this will be my first time seeing them bloom in my garden. And here's another baptisia. Wild roses. And I did clear this area out earlier because I had some giant borage here. So I cleared the area out and kind of threw it back there and kind of compost in place to smother some of my weeds. On this side, I got the Seminole pumpkin. I got 3 of them. I really should thin it out, but I don't want to because one of them must survive, because I'm sure the squash vine borer is going to get them. One of them must live and give me a fruit, some kind of squash, something. No buds on the panicle hydrangeas yet. They come a little bit later in the year. Ooh, Lord. I love these roses. They almost look fake. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I love it. A gift from my coworker. I can't remember the name of it right now. And my lupin, I don't see where it looks like it's gonna bloom this year, but hopefully it survives me and the bunny rabbits for 1 more year so that I can see a bloom. And here go the peonies back here. I don't know the name of this one. It was on clearance. So it's just now starting to unravel and open up. Lovely. Another fern. Another bobo. No, incredible hydrangea or invincible, one of the 2. And oh my goodness, it must be the deers that's been keeping me from seeing blooms all these years. There's actually a bud on here, and the bud here, we're gonna see some blooms, y'all. We're gonna see some blooms, God willing, all these years. Something happened to one of my plums. Let me see. See, this is why I need to cover it. I did buy a giant net Oh geez, how am I gonna do this? I have to cover it because there's no way the birds are gonna leave these alone. Look at, I'm growing plums. Whatever variety this is, what is this? This one has the most. This one seems to be the most productive. Oh, and I still didn't cut this. Lord, I'm choking the tree. This one is Flavor King. So the most productive one so far is Flavor King. Wow. So after reading the tag, this particular one, Flavor Supreme, is the only one that does not have fruit yet. Dappled Dandy, which is this branch right here, has fruit. This is Flavor King in front, and this giant piece here is Flavor Queen, and that also has fruit. Oh, so we shall see. Wow, though. Wow. Hardy hibiscus is up. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh God, this is so beautiful. Wow. Oh, I hear a frog. I don't like amphibians. Okay, here we still just have those few cherries, which I still haven't covered. I think 2 here and 2 somewhere else. I can't remember. But not much fruit on the cherry tree this year. And look at the Rosa plum. Oh my goodness. Wow. After all these years. Wow. And look at this branch. And the pears. I use one of the bungee things to hold up the branch when it starts to get heavier, so that it don't come down too low. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get blooms on this one for sure. Wow. Wow. And another, this is a PG hydrangea. It should be standard. Yep. And this is gonna bloom very beautiful. White flowers. And so you see how this peach is still small and it's yellow? This is gonna fall off, and this, like the green one, bigger ones, are gonna stay on. So the tree does its own shedding. Like you could see how the size difference, the ones that are smaller are gonna fall off. But this thing is loaded. And my chives have gone over. Onions have gone over. And we got a few strawberries coming on. So this morning was a very tiresome morning. I had to set up the tomato cages. So we got these in. Well, these have been in for about a week, so they're a very, very different size. Maybe a week and a half. So they're very different size than these ones that I put in today. So everything has a stake and a cage to keep them corralled. And I like my setup. I kind of interlock them so they support each other. And this is the chocho. See how it's been hot this past week, so it's finally getting going. I'm chayote. And in here, I took off the garlic scapes. I missed one. I was just about to say I got them all. I missed one. I used two of them to cook earlier about a half hour ago. I missed the scape. I have to get it tomorrow. It has a very strong garlic taste, so I didn't have any garlic, so that's what I used. My peppers, are struggling. What's going on down here? Why is this struggling? It has a flower on it, but it doesn't look great compared to, say, this one or that one. They don't look good. That looks good. That looks good. but everything is staked. The onions are looking a little bit more perky than last time. And I use zip ties and the fencing to create this trellis so I could grow my cherry tomatoes up it. And like I say, my Sun Gold is always the first tomato to give me fruit. And like clockwork, here we got blossoms. But I just keep the straw on there to keep the moisture in the soil. And I'm waiting for my plants to really take off. Hopefully everything does well this year. Over here, I got 3 of the red curry. Something's got to give me fruit. Ooh, the Black Beauty has some flowers on it too. And I could put cardboard down because I didn't buy more mulch to keep the weeds down. Yeah, this one's not looking great either. I mean, the new growth looks good. The old growth doesn't look good, but that one looked very limp. I don't like that. And I trellised, I don't know if you can see the string. I'm going to trellis these 3 tomatoes up to the top of this trellis. So as the tomato grows, I just wrap it around the twine, and I'm gonna do a single leader instead of even the callaloo's looking crazy. All right, we're gonna have to see. But this spinach is loving its life. This one I planted today. This spinach is loving its life. The corn is loving its life. And so is this, what is the name of this again? Tromboncino squash. And my lettuce are not loving their life. It's too hot. I transplanted some tomatoes in here. Oh, poor lettuce. And the strawberries are coming. This is a hot pepper, Scotch bonnet. This is a jalapeno, this is a jalapeno, and another tulip tomato. But that's what the garden's looking like. Can't believe the watermelon germinated after all this time. Oh. Well, I guess I have that to deal with. It's gonna stay right there and struggle with those 2. They'll figure it out. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. God bless.